The crisis in Ukraine has opened the door of opportunity for the U.S. to export its most contentious and environmentally questionable energy extracting technique. During President Obama's first bilateral meeting with his Ukrainian-elect counterpart, the U.S. leader motivated Petro Poroshenko to develop domestic resources of natural gas. One option U.S. officials have repeatedly encouraged, touted, campaigned for is hydrofracking, exploration for shale gas.
We discussed issues of energy, making sure that Ukraine becomes a more energy efficient economy, but also one that is less dependent solely on energy sources from Russia.
President Obama has also advised Europe, which gets 30% of its gas from Russia, to consider imports of natural gas from the U.S.
After 10 years of intense negotiation, Russia's Gazprom in the crosshairs as of late, as a result of an EU-US-led destabilization effort in Ukraine, has partnered with China's CNPC, signing a historic energy agreement. Russia will now provide the world's fastest growing economy, the rising giant that is China, with more newly minted millionaires per capita than any place in the world right now, with sweet, sweet natural gas. And not the kind your mom warned you about at the dinner table. This assures China enough natural gas it needs for the next 30 years. The total value of the contract, a whopping $400 billion.
About jobs, I think the president has got to approve the Keystone Pipeline. You've got major labor union folks backing this. President Clinton said we've got to embrace Keystone. It just got a clean bill of health.
With people losing their homes, their businesses, and their jobs at a rate that we haven't seen since the Great Depression, do we need to make things worse with higher energy costs? Foreign oil has gone from 24% to 65% of our supply. Foreign oil is vulnerable to foreign extremists who hate the U.S. Foreign politicians hostile to the U.S. have presided over the biggest transfer of wealth in history. And if we keep doing what we're doing now, over the next 10 years, more than $10 trillion will leave America to enrich other countries. That doesn't have to happen. America has vast oil reserves of its own. In the American Northwest, massive new discoveries and new recovery techniques have the potential to greatly reduce, possibly eliminate, our dependence on foreign oil. The Bakken Formation in Montana, North and South Dakota, contains a conservative estimate of 4.3 billion barrels of oil. The Keystone Pipeline could move that oil to refineries in America. Construction of the pipeline will produce over 340,000 American jobs over the next 4 years in a $7 billion project funded entirely by private industry to produce something America really needs: a reliable, stable source of energy produced in North America.
Obviously, because it's another pipeline, but we've already assumed that it's going to be in place. So, and the reason for that is because there's so much supply coming out of Western Canada and the Bakken that we need pipeline capacity. So that project, we're assuming, gets built.
Off with the Ukraine-Russia drama, we've seen some conflict escalating there. Tensions are clearly ratcheting up, and there's a lot of talk about these sanctions that the West is trying to place on Russia. Are we essentially sabotaging the U.S. dollar by making these moves?
I would think it would make anybody who's using the U.S. dollar sit up and take notice, because it's clear that if America doesn't like you, they have some weapons at their disposal, including blocking your U.S. dollar. So I would suspect that more and more people are saying, well, wait a minute, maybe I should use something else besides U.S. dollars. So yes, in the long term, part of the continued move away from the dollar, people move away from the dollar for many fundamental reasons, but this just gives other impetus or more impetus for people to move away sooner.
You've gone on record that we could see a dollar crisis over this and other issues.
We're certainly going to have serious dollar problems down the road. America's the largest debtor nation in world history. No nation in the history of the world has ever been so deep in debt, and the debt's getting deeper every day. So no country has ever gotten itself into this kind of situation and then gotten out without a problem. So we will definitely have serious problems with the dollar. I have no idea when. Certainly, at the moment, I'm actually long the U.S. dollar because I do expect more problems in the currency market. And rightly or wrongly, a lot of people, when they see problems, race to the U.S. dollar as a safe haven. It is not a safe haven, but many people perceive it that way, so I own the dollar at the moment.